December 30th, 5:35 p.m., Bullfrog Brewery, Williamsport, Pennsylvania, New Year's Eve. I told the Cheeto Thoughts story again. I ate a burger and fries, but I'm not drunk. I'm with Len, and I'm wondering if I am talking about myself too much. This bar has public address pedestal speakers still on their stands, and a woman next to me is telling a story about how her dog ate up and threw up a box of cookies. "Hold on, I have a picture. Here's a picture." A man replies, "Oh yeah, he was eating shit off the counter." In the bathroom of this bar, above the urinal, is scratched graffiti that says, "Bean Raper." 7:21 p.m. Barrel 135, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. My stomach is full of burger. I can't drink anymore. Or can I? That's what liquor's for. Dirty martini, gin please. The bartender tells us a story about how he made a himself-sized hole in a wall in a hotel room once. And then he tells me that's why he doesn't drink cheap vodka anymore. Then the bartender tells me a story about how he waited on Ronnie James Dio this one time. The bartender has a Viking beard, a shaved head, and plug earrings. January 14th, 1:27 p.m., Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. I'm sitting in Goldie, my daily Subaru, at Ted Stoltz's house. He told me to text him 10 minutes before I arrived, but I couldn't because I didn't know how. I'm 36 and just now got a smartphone, a used iPhone 5. Since forever, I only had texting phones. My most recent was a Pantech slidey phone. I'm the opposite of Ari Shaffir. Ted's new apartment is a great deal. Well, it was a great deal because the previous resident was a hoarder, clinging by fingertips to reality. She would say things like, "You can't mow your lawn when I'm around because the lawnmower upsets my energy." And I'm wondering if we have a responsibility to humble the disagreeable among us. January 16th, 2018, Parents' House, 3:49 p.m. Last night I went skiing at Blue Mountain. My pocket edging tool that I foolishly paid $50 for did something. Aside from that, I found more holes in my form. I'm trying to learn correct carving form. See, when I ski very well, but I have a very advanced sloppy form. I drift instead of carve. I ski like a Nissan 240 drives. Skidding, they call it. I am pushing the snow aside with the flats of my skis rather than slicing into the snow by tilting my ankles up on the ski edge. I'm supposed to lift my inside hip, another skier told me. And still, I look at the big terrain park at Blue Mountain. They build big jumps here. Long jumps, fast jumps. Jumps you have to be going at least 30 miles an hour off the end of it if you want to hit the sort of landing area. The shaped landing area so you don't go slap on top of them. You see, when people go off jumps wrong, they go off too slow, and that's why they hurt. People get scared as they come up to that ramp, and suddenly a ski jump looks way higher when you're coming up to it, and people will break. They'll speed check too much coming up into it, and they go off the top of the jump with not enough speed, and they go slap right down on the top of the tabletop, and they go, "Ow, jumping hurts." But when you jump correctly, when you land on the landing ramp, it doesn't hurt at all because, like a plane, you're coming down into a landing area that's also sloping downhill. Anyway. And I see those big jumps from the 6-person chairlift. They always build terrain parks right by the biggest chairlift on the mountain so everybody can watch people wipe out. I don't want to jump for the enjoyment of being airborne, though. I want to jump to impress people. Every mountain resort... Oh, that's what I just said. I watch other skiers wimp out and ski around the jumps from the lift, and I think, pussies. But am I going off the jumps? No. On Thursday, I will go skiing with Justin Lose. You remember him as the guy with the Model T Ford. We're going to Seven Springs. Maybe with the help of Justin, or maybe with Justin's peer pressure, I'll go off jumps. I see tight groups of cool kids here at Blue Mountain. I ride with them sometimes on the lift. I'm always a single going up on the lift, so you don't know which sort of group you're going to tag along with. At least for the chairlift ride. They have Bluetooth speakers in their jackets, new gear, rounded reflective goggles, matte black helmets, and snow pants that just look like pants. They're bonded. They've been friends for a long time. They talk about other friends not present. I told him we were going out tonight, but he wanted to stay home and game. They stick together and always wait for each other. I sit on the far end of the chair, silent, my goggles down and my face mask pulled up, smelling my own breath. I imagine myself part of their gang, talking about a handy from talking about getting a handy from Stacy Kirshner. Dude, Stacy Kirshner. They ski and board over to the terrain park. Maybe if I make a solid jump, I'll get a bro nod from them. January 19th, 9:15 a.m., Hampton Inn, Somerset, Pennsylvania. Last night, I went skiing with Justin Lose at Seven Springs Mountain. That place has a lodge and a small bowling alley. There's a ski area with a bowling alley. It has a small mall-like shopping plaza and multiple bars and restaurants within this whole resort. Seven Springs is a throwback to the 1970s style resorts popular in the Pennsylvania Poconos, where high-waisted, blow-dried, perm, drippy-dicked couples would pork and then snort cocaine. They would exchange their best Richard Nixon, and Johnny Carson, and Charles Nelson Riley impressions. The men would make jokes about women's lib, and the wives would shop passive-aggressively. Now Seven Springs is host to rich kids. There is a characteristic of which is a characteristic of ski areas in general, because snow sports is, if you buy new, an expensive sport. What are $9 fries if your Burton board was $500? Or Line twin tips? Or Rossi carvers? Ski boots are translucent now. Anyway, I watched a pile of margarine-skinned, gimme that, and can I have this chair rich kids throw away half their ski lodge bought food. What am I, an old man now? I watched entire chicken fingers slide off their trays and into the trash. Half-drunk Gatorade bottles and half-eaten $7.50 slices of pizza, all in the trash. I imagine each of them receiving $20 from their parents because they need food tonight at ski club. I'm such an old man. And here they are, throwing their food away. If it makes you feel any better, said Justin, those chicken tender platters cost Seven Springs about $1 to make. Yeah, I said. But I want to reach into the trash and pull out a handful of fries and eat them while looking at the chaperones right in the eyes. Don't, said Justin. I look at Justin, smile, and then start to rise out of my chair. Don't! I rise up more. If you do, I'm going that way, he said, pointing at the door. I sit back down. January 20th, 10:51 a.m., parents' house. Dad shows me a can of low-salt tomato paste. He says it will help him fight off prostate cancer. Why do I fear long-term relationships? I feel confrontation, for one. I don't like arguing. Mom and Dad, married for 40 years, and when one drives, the other criticizes their driving. Once they're going, one says they're going okay, they're both standing in the kitchen. One says they're going somewhere and reaches for their coat, and the other asks, "Are you sure that coat is warm enough?" And then the first goes silent. One tells the other something. The first says, "You told me that already." And then the other says, "Well, I'm telling you again." 100 times a day, 100 needle insults, challenges, questions, and criticisms, and the same stories over and over. Dad is taking off his shoes. I can't see him, but he is breathing. He's looking for something to say. The house is quiet, and he needs to fill it with words. Mom is still in Florida taking care of her sister, who is having trouble circulating her blood. My aunt has a Forrest Whitaker's life support on suit, from Star Wars Rogue One. My Uncle Bill died last month, and Aunt Kay is all alone now. She wants Mom and Dad to sell their house in Pennsylvania and move to Florida so we can all be together. My friend Tom said that when one spouse dies of old age, the other usually follows quickly. Come down to Florida so we can all be together. Marriage, to me, is a lifelong imposition. Is it worth nighttime cuddling? That's all I really want. During the day, all I need is silence, and I get plenty of it. Tom Waits said, "As long as I can be with me, we get along so well I can't even believe it." 1 week until New Zealand. January 25th, 3C's Family Restaurant. I normally don't go out to breakfast by myself, but my apartment is empty of food now, and the RCR New Zealand trip starts in 6 hours and 43 minutes. Nick was feeling anxious all week, but my nervousness is hitting me only now. What if I get to New Zealand and feel nothing? What if I bore people? What if I'm in the way? What if I am bothersome? You're being invited to New Zealand by Camshaft Software. You are welcome. They want you there. People want you to drive their cars. People want to show you around. Eggs, sausage, and a side of toast. Coffee and water. No music is playing in 3C's. Or is it TC's? Is it 3C's or TC's Family Restaurant? I don't know. So it's in Port Clinton. The wooden part of the bar is stark. The TV is on Fox News, but it is muted. The heads silently talk, and a man stands in front of a podium in front of the flag of Israel. A middle-aged waitress fills my coffee, and I ask her if she is ready for the hikers this season. She says we'll be ready. Waitress greets some other people coming in. "Just you three? The others still in Florida?" She must know them, or pretend to. Family photos are on the walls of this restaurant. The Christmas tree is still up by the church bulletin, and a handwritten note says, "Share my work ethic, not my wealth." Above the soda machine is a push letter menu sign, where the letters are pushed into the felt grooves. AM specials, 5 to 9 weekdays. Monday, double egg muffin and home fries, $5.49. Tuesday, cream chip beef and toast, home fries, $5.79. Wednesday, French toast and bacon, $6.79. Thursday, sausage gravy over biscuit and home fries, $5.79. Friday, pancakes and sausage, $6.79. Weekly special, the Slammer, 2 pancakes, 2 eggs, 2 sausage, 2 bacon, $7.49. The ice, soda, and coffee machines sing a song of home. Someone left their necklace on the counter. Plush dolls of the Peanuts gang sit on the salad bar when it's not in use, like now, 10:30 a.m., still breakfast time. A wooden carving of a duck with a clothespin for a beak holds receipts. An Appalachian Trail hiker registry sits on the waiting bench by the bar or counter. Is it still a bar when you're just in a place that primarily serves breakfast? They serve lunch here too, but when a place like 3C's is known for breakfast, why would you have anything else? I feel safe here, in this rooted breakfast restaurant by a muddy river next to a state highway and game lands. This is known territory, familiar dialects, and, oh, you went to Pottsville? Do you know Marty Mengel? Oh, what year did you graduate? How about Sarah Muldowney? Yeah, she went to Sunday school with my brother. Yeah, I know Colton Wentz. They're married now. Oh, how old? 2 years? Man, happened so fast. All right, have a good one. Hey, next time when you see Sarah, tell her Weird Brian says hi. You too. New Zealand. Los Angeles is alien enough. Time to go.